Good day, sir. I am NIñO Casas, your best and third-year student of Lady Normal University San Isidro campus. Under Entrip 103 franchising subject, here is my midterm task video recitation. Now let's get started with the definitions of franchising agreement. From the definition itself, franchising agreement is the legal or written contract between the franchisor and franchisee, which tells each party what each is supposed to do. In other words, when you buy a franchise, of course you'll have the franchise agreement, which is the legally binding document used as an agreement between the original franchise owner, or known as the franchisor, and you as the franchisee, where certain terms and conditions are agreed to in order for you as a franchisee to get the rights from the franchisor to do business under the franchisor's trademark or trade name. The agreement specifies the terms of the franchise obligations, such as the rights and responsibilities, the fees and payments, the territory or the locations, and the duration of the said agreement. In addition, the franchisor or franchisee should thoroughly review the franchise agreement with the help of an expert franchise attorney or franchise lawyer before the signing, so that this lawyer will give legal advice, can enhance and protect the legal rights of both parties through the franchise agreement addendum. Addendum means an attachment to a contract that modifies the terms and conditions of the original franchise contract. Now, let's find out what are the key subjects in the franchise agreement based on the given module that I have read. These are the terms and conditions that both the franchisor or the franchisee have agreed to. The first is the use of trademark. One of the main benefits that the franchisee when buying a franchise is the use of well-known trademarks. This section means that the franchisee must be given permission in the agreement to use the franchisor's intellectual property, such as the logos, the trade name, for a given time period. Number 2 is the location of the franchise. This section describes the exclusive area or territory granted to the franchisee. Yet, the franchisor will have to approve your location, in which there is a site selection happened, and it is very vital to have great visibility and accessibility to attract steady customers' traffic. Finding the right locations is the most crucial thing before opening your business, to ensure that you select the best place to grow your franchise and of course to become profitable. Number 3 is the term of the franchise. This section details the period of the agreement, in which from the signing of the franchise agreement to the expirations of the relationship. The term of the agreement in most cases must be expired of the given time period after the initial term. If you choose to renew the term, it will automatically be in the same time period. And if you choose not to renew the term, a written notice must be sent to the franchisor prior to the expirations of the then current term. Number 4 is the franchisee's fees and other payments, in which all the mandatory fees are described when purchasing a franchise business. These include the initial franchise fees and what are the franchisees receives for that fee, including the ongoing fees such as the monthly royalty fees, the advertising or marketing fees, and any other fees. Number 5 is the obligation and duties of franchisor. This section will describe in detail all the services which franchisor will provide, such as trainings. They offer trainings or training programs for franchisees and their staff, and it takes place at corporate offices or out in the field. And one of the primary responsibilities of franchisor is advertising or marketing and promoting your brand, legally protecting your trademarks, and establishing quality standards of your product and or services. Yet, the fees or the payments the franchisees will require to pay, of course. Lastly, the operational support. It includes technical and day-to-day operating advice. Part of this franchisor responsibilities is to oversee the entire operations of franchise network. Like for example, if franchisee needs financial assistance, so of course it's your job or responsibilities as franchisor to connect them and with the correct professional help. Number 6, the obligations and duties of franchisee. Now this section also describes the business of franchisees' responsibilities, such as requirements for training, requirements for participation in business, and requirements for keeping and submitting adequate records. Since you signed the agreement, so you are obliged to fulfill these obligations and duties as franchisees to help you manage successfully in operating your franchise business. 7. Restrictions on goods and services offered. This section describes any restrictions on goods and services offered, including required quality standards, approved advertising, approved suppliers, hours of operation, and pricing. As franchisor, restricting and guiding your purchases is crucial, so it helps protecting your brand, the integrity of your brand, and for franchisee, it will give an awareness of both procuring materials necessary in operating the business. Lastly, number 8, the renewal and the termination and the transfer of the franchise agreement. This includes the rights and obligations of the franchisee upon termination, the descriptions about the transfer of the franchise agreement, and the descriptions about the renewal of the franchise agreement. Now, let's discuss the 11 key steps in opening a franchise. Let's have number 1, self-evaluation. Means you have to ask yourself what appeals to you about opening a franchise business. Are you ready, willing, and able to work long hours, including weekends or holidays, especially in the beginning? Can you commit to the following predetermined business methods with little variations? If any variations at all, can you accept paying a portion of your profit to another entity, which the franchisor? Are you comfortable with the reputation of your business being largely dependent on the franchise network and not just on your business unit? Furthermore, how much of your personal cash are you willing to part with to establish a business? Unless if you are fortunate enough to have enough money personally, will you be able to secure a loan? So those questions are really crucial to you in order to determine your abilities if you are capable in opening a franchise or if you're planning to open a franchise. Number 2, pick a franchise consultant to assist you. Exactly, because they can be your asset to help you find a strong franchise opportunity that matches your goals. Most importantly, in picking a franchise consultant, it has a franchise industry experience, because the more your consultant knows about franchising and business ownership, the better job he or she can do in finding one that will be a perfect fit, and they help you avoid costly mistakes. Number 3, research. When you open a franchise, of course, conducting research is one important step you need to do in order for you to determine what kind of business your area can sustain. And also through investigating franchise, you'll find out what franchise are available, where you can read directories, articles, ads in business publications, and even on the internet. And you can also evaluate the strength of your franchisor, because in research, without adequate information, you may end up making the most costly decision in life. Number 4, attend a discovery day. Means an in-depth meeting between the franchisor and one or more potential franchisees. It can take place at a local outlet of the franchise, but will most likely happen at the company's corporate office. Discovery days gives you chance to ask detailed questions about the business and learn exactly what it takes to be successful in franchisor system, in which you will gain an understanding of the franchisor's company ethos and culture, allows you and franchisor interact with staff who will train and support you as franchisees and build relationships. You will also provide by the franchisors lots of information whether to invest in the business. Number 5, speak to other franchisees. Talking to some existing and even former franchisees is imperatively important for you to gain useful information that is needed in opening your franchise unit. You'll be able to ask any questions you have, like asking them to describe their overall satisfactions with their franchisor, what type of business background or experience they have, or including their advantages and disadvantages of their business, and the like. Number 6, find a suitable location. In other words, you need to ensure you're not located in a low traffic area. That's why when you open a franchise, you must do some research in choosing the best location. You evaluate if that area have more potential customers and must be visible to them so they're able to see your business and your sign easily. Look for accessibility and check if your municipality or city allows the kind of business you have. That's why you need permits and the like. And as I have said, there will a site selection happen by the franchisor. So you need to develop your location that meets the guidelines of your franchisor, and for you to select the best place and become profitable in opening your franchise business. Number 7, choose a franchise and secure funding. Meaning this is not the time that you make big decisions and invest a franchise. So you need to secure funding. The fact that there are ranking in companies which will serve as your options, and if you choose the higher one which belongs to the higher rank, so of course too much cost will occur, and that only the trademarks, how much more the other costs, which is the operational systems like trainings, utilities, advertising, equipment and fixtures, and the like. So that's why you must have the cash reserves to cover expenses, and there are numerous financing options for you to consider. We have the bank loans, the SBA or the Small Business Administration loans, HELOC or the Home Equity of Line Credit, and many more. Number 8, sign the agreement. As we have known, the franchise agreement is the legal binding contract where it contains the certain terms and conditions that both parties have agreed to. Yet when it comes to signing the franchise agreement, there are an incredible number of legal considerations that you need to be aware of. That's why you need to seek professional guidance from an expert lawyer, so they will give legal advice, can enhance and Protect the legal rights of both parties. Number 9. Obtain all necessary permits and insurance. This is crucial to ensure a safe, legal, and law-protected business when opening a franchise unit. To help you identifying the legal issues that may come in the future, make better decisions, apply all the necessary actions, and will help you prevent for paying penalties and suffering your penalties like closing your business. And you don't want to make it happen. So you need to comply through registering your business, secure a mayor business permits, the sanitary permits, the fire permits, it's important, and also through registering your business through the Bureau of Internal Revenue or the BIR, and other requirements that may ask from you in your business. Number 10. Hire staff and attend trainings. In other words, when you hire staff, rest assured that they have good qualities and responsible in a way that they are committed to be trained, since the purpose in sending them in trainings is to enhance their skills and knowledge to handle customer service capably, and knowing that you're the one who spend their transportations and other means required in their training, so be sure that your expenses will not be wasted. Lastly, we have number 11. Open your franchise business. Now in this case, you have now the so-called grand opening, where you have the promotions, the advertising, and other initiatives to be performed during the opening of your franchise business. Yet you also have the cost to consider, like estimating your startup cost, how much working capital you will need, and brainstorm where you might be able to come up with money and your profit, like your expenses, the income for your business.